Gina Carano is going all in with absolutely zero fear as Pedro Pascal and other high-up Disney execs may be called to the stand in her ongoing discrimination lawsuit. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and the balls of this woman, you can't help but be enamored with her. Oh, who in their right mind is not a Gina Carano fan at this point? Gina Carano calls for Pedro Pascal, Kathleen Kennedy to testify over Mandalorian firing. We're going to get into this article. Before we do, hit that subscribe button. And the actress claimed that Disney discriminated against her by turning a blind eye to politically charged posts from her male co-stars. This is what we were talking about. When we say, oh, we can't wait for discovery, oh, even if Gina ends up losing this lawsuit, the stuff that's going to come out about Disney and what goes on behind the scenes is going to be damning, is going to be complete and utter destruction for the House of Mauschwitz. Because as we all, ever since Gina's firing, ever since the moment they gave her the axe, not only did Gina, but so many individuals on the internet, famous, infamous, whatever, they pointed to a myriad of posts made by other people that worked for Disney, other actors, other collaborators on projects, that would post the same sort of political rhetoric she would, but from the opposite side of the aisle with absolutely zero repercussions.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I cannot wait to see Pedro Pascal take the stand and technically be forced to defend Gina Carano, despite the fact that I guarantee you there's bad blood between them, given his insane left-leaning political ideology. He is the new lapdog of the Hollywood left, and Gina being the outspoken, I wouldn't even say right-winger that she is, just somebody who has, a penchant for common sense. Gina Carano's legal battle over her firing from The Mandalorian could feature a star-studded cast of witnesses, including Pedro Pascal, Jon Favreau, and ex-Disney chief executive producer Bob Chapek. They could be bringing Bobby back. Remember how they fired him in the middle of the night at an Elton John concert, and now his failings at the House of Mauschwitz are still so staggering that he may now get brought back to court for discrimination that happened under his watch at Disney, because he just had to dip his toes into politics after swearing that Disney was going to stay neutral. And then when the mob came for him, he quickly backpedaled and he lost his job, and now he just can't be finished. What a beautiful timeline we live in. In a joint filing from the ex-MMA fighter and Disney, Carano pointed to those names as potential witnesses that could be called to testify in her case. She also included Bear Grylls, Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy, and Lynn Hale, the engineer of publicity campaign behind Star Wars. Can you imagine Kathleen Kennedy getting on the stand after all those years of touting the Force is female, only to defend really the only strong female character, like the legitimate strong female character the audiences loved and wanted to see more of, that you gave the axe to because she pointed out how history worked and she wouldn't talk about, having pronouns in her bio?
Now excuse me while I harass someone for having pronouns in their bio.
It's kind of amazing. The July 22nd court document previews issues to be raised in the trial, tentatively scheduled for September 25th, 2025, such as whether Carano was under contract on February 10th, 2021, when Disney purportedly terminated her for voicing right-wing opinions on social media. She didn't even voice right-wing opinions. She had beep, bop, boop in her pronouns and in her bios on Twitter, and then when she was making these memes, the memes that were apparently alt-right, filled with Nazi ideology and propaganda, had no political connotation to them whatsoever. They were just factual statements about history. Another contested issue was whether Carano was treated differently than her male co-stars. She absolutely was. In her lawsuit filed in February, she alleged that Disney and Lucasfilm turned a blind eye to others who she said made offensive and denigrating posts directed toward Republicans, while she was allegedly fired for her cultural and religious beliefs. There is no allegedly. That's what she was fired for. In fact, I'm pretty sure Disney outright has said that, and they were able to say that, yeah, we were able to fire her for her political beliefs because her political beliefs were damaging to the brand, and they're allowed to do that. There's absolutely no legal protection, supposedly no legal protection. Now, obviously, we've got this lawsuit to see whether or not there is some sort of legal protection for that, but the fact of the matter is, yeah, Disney has stated that her statements were damaging to the brand. That's why they had to let her go, and her statements were of a political nature. So, yeah, again, these aren't even allegations. I don't know why you would use that, again, unless you're trying to twist people's thoughts and opinions and trying to paint Gina in a worse light than she should be in, which, of course, this is the Hollywood Reporter. This is exactly what they would try to do. They are the shill media for the woke Hollywood left. Again, but you're watching my channel. You know that already. I don't gotta remind you. She pointed to Pascal's 2017 post comparing former president Donald Trump to Hitler. Right, because Pedro Pascal and many others in the Hollywood sphere were able to call Donald Trump literally Hitler, the next Hitler. Oh my God, he's gonna put all these people in camps and get rid of gay rights, which is retarded. He was not going to do any of that. These are these weird made-up boogeyman caricatures of Donald Trump in their mind. Love or hate Donald Trump, he ain't exactly done anything close to murdering 6 million Jews, but I digress. The point is, people will call him literally Hitler, call him might be looked at as, historically one of the worst men to ever exist. And by all means, they got scot-free, totally fine. Gina Carano makes a post saying Nazism didn't happen overnight. A government slowly turned its citizens against one another, which is just historically true. And boom, she gets axed from everything, gets her name ran into the ground, can't get jobs, probably can't get jobs in Hollywood in general. Disney's so large and powerful, Universal, Touchstone's owned by Disney, but like Universal, Illumination, all these other companies probably blacklisted her for fear of Disney bringing the banhammer down on them because they've got the money and power to do so. It is insane how deep this rabbit hole goes. Other posts from Pascal cited a lawsuit include one of him comparing the United States response to those entering the country illegally to Germany's concentration camps. The Mandalorian creator, Favreau, meanwhile, would presumably be called to testify on whether Disney greenlit plans for a new spin-off titled Rangers of the New Republic that would have featured Carano's Cara Dune as one of its lead characters. And yeah, again, they can testify. We all know this is true. Like if they come in and they take to the stand and they lie under oath saying these are not what happened, we're all going to know it's a lie because this was so public at the time. They had already stated the Rangers of the New Republic was going to be their next big show. They also announced that Gina Carano would have a large part in their next new show. They had also announced the lead of Rangers of the New Republic would be a female. Now, when you connect the dots, it makes sense that the Rangers of the New Republic starring a female, the announcement that Gina Carano was getting her own show, and the announcement that Rangers of the New Republic, obviously Gina was going to be the star of that show. Not only that, but there was setup for it throughout the course of Mandalorian. That show was literally doing, it was doing a lot of stuff, but it was doing, one of the main things it was doing was setting up the spinoff, the Rangers of the New Republic. So, now Favreau's obviously not going to come in and lie under oath. I feel like he's smarter than that for all of his faults with how idiotically he's been running his properties at Disney. He's at least smart enough not to lie under oath, I would hope. But if he does lie, even the normies on X like your boy here is going to be able to call out the lie, because if you've been following the timeline of Disney and all their announcements, mostly to dunk on them, but still following them nonetheless, then you would know that this is all true. Bear Grylls may be called to testify over allegations that Disney pulled an episode of Running Wild with Bear Grylls that featured Carano after she was terminated. I had not heard about this. This one is new to me, so the Hollywood Reporter, I guess, isn't completely worthless because I did learn something new. As much as I love Gina Carano, I don't know that I would put up with an episode of anything Bear Grylls is in to watch her, but yeah, to be fair, you never know. I guess I'll never get to see it now because apparently Disney pulled the episode because, again, she dared have an opinion on the internet. In the filing, Disney pushed back on Carano's list of witnesses while saying that it may call Lucasfilm VP Animation and Live Action Development Carrie Beck and Disney Executive VP Communications Paul Roeder to testify. So, again, is the House of Mauschwitz doing rules for thee but not for me? No. You don't get any of these people you named that might have inside information that could be completely and utterly damning to us. But we might call these people, we're going to call these nobodies that no one's ever heard of to the stand. That is the most Disney thing that has come out of 2024 thus far. The development comes after a federal judge last week rebuffed Disney's bid to dismiss the lawsuit. Okay, yeah, so that's all old news. I covered that in a previous video a couple days ago, which didn't do very well, so this one probably won't either. But if you guys want your fix on Mommy Gina Carano news, then by all means, hit that subscribe button. But yes, in general, look, this court case is still a ways out. It's tentatively set for September of 2025, so we've got like 14 months, give or take, before we have any real news or traction on this. There won't be a lot of these Gina Carano update videos, I wouldn't think, because it'll still be a while before the ball gets truly rolling when it comes to the court stuff. But it is so amazing to me that, again, a lot of us have talked about what's going to come out in Discovery, how this is going to go down, what it's going to look like for Disney's image when Disney's image has been in free fall for the last, 3 to 4 years, I would wager a guess. But how damaging this could be to Pedro Pascal's career, look, just on a fundamental level, I find amazing because, as you know, I can't stand the dude, and I hated the dude well before he came out as the lapdog of the new Hollywood woke left. He's just a shitty actor who has not made a good product. Maybe Narcos, maybe I'll give you Narcos, but even then, you ain't watching Narcos for Pedro Pascal. So if I could see this dude's reputation completely and utterly destroyed to the point where he is no longer working in Hollywood, that will only open an avenue for someone else of maybe just a modicum of more talent than him. Although, to be fair, anything multiplied by 0 is still 0. The fact of the matter is, maybe somebody will get a job that's actually deserving of it instead of them treating Pedro Pascal as the DEI hire version of Chris Pratt and just throwing him in absolutely everything. But those are just my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X. You can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day. Not always about the Disney situation or Gina Carano, but anime, movies, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 80 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity of thought. So if that's interesting to you, join the Discord, hit subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.